How are we, guys? So this is my first Europa Universalis number 4 game. We're going to play a Ironman game this time, I think. So pretty sure we should start off with Castile because it's recommended as the best nation for beginner players, and we don't want to do anything too rough at this moment, so we might as well just take it easy, kick back, and see how we go. So let's hope we get a good start with our rifles. So Ironman is on. Difficulty has to be set to normal or hard. Go figure. And what should we call it? We should call it, I don't know, something stupid and easy. Ironman Castile sounds good. Alright, now we just wait for the load. It's taking forever. So if you don't enjoy the music, let me know, and I can disable it for the next videos if you like. So as always, because we're a kingdom, we need power projection, which is one of the biggest factors at the moment. And let's see who can pick as rifles. France is pretty standard. France never likes to know. England, we'll get those out of the way. Just set that up. Power projection should go up pretty soon. Alright, check out our mission. That one's always standard. We'll get that one out of the way first. So get the easy prestige where you can. Alright, so the income is pretty standard for Spain. It's quite high. Newbie country. Everybody enjoys it. So we check our advisors. Now, early game, I recommend in your administrative you get what's it called? The brain wipe at the moment. Reduce inflation, because one of these, yeah, there we go. There's the gold one. So that causes inflation every month at the end of the year, typically. Which is not a thing that you like. It increases costs across everything. So, beginning of the game, not a lot of people remember to multiple EU4s, so get that out of the way first. Alright, we'll have a chat to Navarra, see if we can get an early vassalize out. We don't really have to worry about Aragon. We got lucky in this playstyle, because normally they hate Castile straight off the bat, but we're pretty good. So one of the first things we'll need to do as well is, in our early wars, we need to get this guy killed. Absolutely useless. Worst stats in the game. But while we're on the topic of stats, we should change our focus to administrative. Doesn't really seem to be much in the way of advisors, so might just leave that one for the time being. Alright, we'll have a chat to Portugal. Get an alliance up, because they're normally pretty friendly. Down the track you'll get a historical friend bonus that's plus 25 to their happiness rating for with you as well. Talk to Aragon. So they're likely to accept, but we've only just sent an ambassador somewhere else, so we'll have to wait. So we'll move across to the trade, get our income up and running. That's terrible. I don't understand why they've done that, but it happens every single time. So we'll bring this guy across from Tunis, make him collect from there. Now we'll probably play this playthrough through on speed 2, I think. Yeah, speed 2 sounds alright. It's going to be a bit slow in the beginning, but you know, we'll start it up, see what happens. I expect a few wars pretty early because Morocco and Portugal just seem to be really emo with each other and don't really like each other. So let's just start this and we'll see what happens. So very quickly, Navarra is in an alliance with France, so it's going to be interesting. England's with Navarra, and Hungary we don't really care about because that's like further across here, that we don't really have to worry about that. So we're now in an alliance with them. Let's see if we can cause royal marriage. Let's get somebody on their throne. I remember doing that to France. Put somebody on their throne once, and then that was our dynasty. Everybody died. So it essentially gave us a personal union over a blobbed out France, which was fantastic because he had basically all of this area in there. They became our junior partner. So why wouldn't you enjoy something like that? Pretty standard, Chaos Belly. So they're pirating me already. That's something that we actually forgot to do quite early. So let's start that. We'll go send them to the English channel. That'll add to our power projection. We won't earn too much from that, but power projection overall, that will increase. It's only fair, so we should get that out as early as possible. Switch out the carrots. Put them over there. No particular reason, I just, like to keep it neat. So we'll switch out our leader, see if we can cause our heir to die, because he's really, really bad. I don't know if you saw that just before, but yeah, 0 across the board. As you progress into the game, somebody with his stats will cause you to get a ignorant monarch debuff when it comes to relations with your friendly countries, especially when it comes down to vassals and such. It's really not something you want. And you go across to this, you have a look at this page here, so it's 3 standard per month plus whatever your king gives you, so it'd basically be 3. It's pretty bad. You really don't want him. You want to kill him off as soon as you can, so make him an heir, put him into that army, go across to here, make this guy a general. He'll have no military upkeep because one's an heir, so that's nice and easy. Get that out of the way soon. And we continue the game, and basically we just hope that Portugal doesn't draw us into a fight with Morocco, because they always... There we go, an alliance offer from Aragon, so what happened to us? We didn't even actually have to work for that, so that's surprising. Morocco normally allies with Tlemcen, so let's see what they have. If I said that wrong, forgive me. I'm terrible with other countries' names. Alright, so we have a fair bit of gold. We don't really want to build anything just yet, because having the forts is pretty useless when you're not in a war. Embargoing. That's something I forgot. Thank you, random AI. So we'll go down to economy actions, issue an embargo on England. We have to wait for the ambassador to come back. When he comes back, we'll do the same thing with France, and then again with Burgundy. Is it Burgundy that's our third rival? Yes, it is. So, what's that? Royal marriage from Aragon. This is why you're not so worried about killing your heir off pretty quick, because you can get really lucky, and some games I've had a 3-4-3 heir very, very quickly. So, and that's certainly a significant bonus. And Burgundy. Economy. Wait for it to plant. There we go. Set that off. So, power projection is already at 8. But that'll increase due to has long time model, so we get through a year. I think it goes up to about 12 or 13. I could be wrong, but it gets increased if you go to war, so I'm not too stressed about that. So Aragon's embargoing France, which is always good. It's a bit useless at this point in the game, but because France normally owns this point here and that point there, so Aragon getting them out of the way is not really something that's going to hurt them too much. France is pretty strong. Oops, wrong one. Go across to the military and we have a look at their armies. You scroll down to France and they're 33,000 already. They're just too too strong very early game. There's not really much you can do to match that straight up unless you're England. So they have 15 boats. So one thing that I've forgotten to do so far actually is my military. So I'm gonna have 7 more land troops, and what's that? 4 more naval. So with the naval, we'll crack out a few more bucks to either pirate or defend trade, and then 3 more regiments. You always want to keep cavalry roughly 45-50% of your infantry, especially in this region with the mountains and such. Try to keep your infantry numbers up as well, because the higher your combat width, obviously the more infantry you can fit in beside each other. So ours is sitting at 20 at the moment, which is pretty pathetic, but considering we've just started the game, I'm not too stressed at the moment. There's not really much more we can do at this point. So we might just speed up the game here for a little bit. Why not? Can't hurt too much. Guarantee there's something I'm forgetting to do. Guaranteed. You know what it is? I think we've forgotten to have a look. The HRE and disputed succession. So Austria, we won't be able to get a succession war with them because they're sitting on 24 prestige. Scotland, we might be able to have a chat to. They're likely to be our friends because we hate England. So we'll improve relations with them, see what we can do. We might be able to drag them into a war on our side. Look at that, we're already gaining score. And something you do have to work on really quick as well is your diplomatic rank, because in about 10 to 15 years you're going to trigger an event called the Iberian Wedding, which forces Aragon into a union under you. And one thing that helps you maintain good stats with them is not letting your vassal's diplomatic rank go above yours, otherwise you get a 5% penalty to their what's it called? I think it's called we can't have a look at it at the moment. Essentially it's whatever their liberty to desire, so you keep that as low as possible. I'm not exactly the greatest at this game, so I can keep mine at about 40%, so maybe I'm doing it wrong, maybe I haven't read enough on things to make sure I keep doing it properly. Your infantry, your land forces together. When you do so though, just keep an eye on the weight. The supply limit is 21. I'm going to make sure too many people in the same area, otherwise you will cause attrition, even in your own territories. So keep that low. That's something that I've actually forgotten. At the moment we don't need our army maintenance as high as it is. So we'll drop it down to about half, so earning 8 ducats a month. And we've got this selected, so the moment we go to war, basically all it does is lower the morale while you're at peace, which doesn't really matter because it's not necessary that much. So we'll have a look at Navarra, offer an alliance with them, see if we can get the early vassalize out. We probably missed the opportunity because I'm running the game too fast. So I probably should have read that before cancelling the relations. Well, it happens. Keep that going, increase the speed again. There's a niggle in my throat that just will not go away. I'll just ignore it for a while and see what happens. So we watch the diplomacy. It's very unfortunate that he's decided to pick those two, but worst case we can just ruffle stomp him early, see if we can force a vassalize. So we've just got to beat Aragon to it because they're typically straight out of the bat and on their way to it. interesting. One of our cloth suppliers has been found supplying substandard cloth for our army uniforms. We understand that troops are not impressed. Ooh, that's pretty hefty. So 2 years until that expires. Let's hope Portugal doesn't drag us into a war before then. Very likely they will though, because they seem to hate Morocco. I hate the hell out of them. Yeah, our truce with Granada should be up very soon, so we should just stomp them early, integrate them, see if we can fire the Inquisitor event. So, auto conversion, auto core. See what happens. Let's hope that works. Eh? But they're allied with. Oh no. That's a bit foolish. I'm looking at my own instead of these guys. So there we go. They have a truce with Aragon, us, and Portugal. Pretty standard. There should be Tunis. It's pretty typical. Tunis is quite easy to block when it comes to hitting a war with Granada, because Aragon has a pretty strong naval, and then they also have Naples, which is also quite big. For some reason, they always stack galleys, which is pretty standard because Venice hates Naples for some reason. I don't know why, but it always ends up to be like that. Now that's interesting. I haven't seen that happen before. That's fantastic. So he's dead, new monarch. Nice. Lucky guy. So he's got no legal heir. At this point, we don't want to be doing that. Interesting. Any moment now, we should have a royal marriage come through from Aragon. Because we're pretty friendly with them. We see quite often. We get in there and help him out. No, so pull him back. That seems to be a lost cause. Chat to him. And we'll ask for military access. Get ourselves a good stab on this quite early by wiping out his peasants. Gives us a good relationship bonus. So let's have that in hand. Now, what would happen if we declared war on Navarre? Damn. So I'm gonna leave that one for a little while, just wait up. Alright guys, that's 20 minutes, so we might call this an episode. We'll just head into here and save that real quick. That save, or did I miss it? Let's do that again just in case. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Tune into the next episode when I get around to releasing it. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.